Yeah, we got 21 Pilots. We're going to be reacting to Vignette. This is the next track on the album. This personally is one of my favorites. So I think you'll like it too.
It's off their new album?
Yeah, Clancy.
So far, it's good.
Yeah. Boom. Boom. Cool. All right. 21 Pilots, Vignette. Let's do it.
Sure when it started, peeling from his bones, piece it back together all alone. Hope it held together long enough for he to pitch the greener grasses and hope that she would agree. Fresh off a binger in the woods, flesh covered in bites. Testing what is real, what is good. Man, it's been a long night. It's a tribute to zombies, of which I've become. Where do I go from here? Where do I go from here? Thinking there's no way I'm headed there. Always sure-footed, educated, and was never scared. Now we can't hold out his hand without it shaking. Hounded by a bunch of dead when the search body found.
Isn't that, we kind of like bypassed that chorus there, but like the chorus, isn't it like so unique? Like, like, bum, 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 clinging to promises. Yeah, I love it.
I like his wordplay, like what he's saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good. I did want to, as if we didn't have enough monitors available to us, I did want to pull up lyrics tonight for some of these tracks because we've been getting a lot of like feedback of people being like, yo, break down the bars, you know? But, you know, doing it this way, sometimes it just go over our head because we're just listening to everything, like the production and everything. But I feel like overall it is like he's saying a lot, and I was not listening to the lyrics again because I was just listening to the production. But
we could probably like do like Genius, so we don't get like the interpretation wrong,
right?
Because you know people they gonna give us flack about that. So
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't mind if we get something wrong, but at least if we're like
our own
acknowledging it,
right?
yeah. Man, this freaking thing. Let's just stay in view, please. Just trying to fix Jimmy's feed on the TikTok stream because the camera keeps panning because it likes to have a mind of its own.
His drummer, like, is that his brother or something?
Nah, it's his friend. It's like they met because he needed a drummer essentially, and you see this shit? Like, just stop. No one's asking you to do any more than the bare minimum of staying still and recording me. Stop panning. God, technology.
You gotta love it.
Yeah, I want to play that chorus again because I was just like, the first time I heard it, I was like, ah!
I can see you.
What was that?
I can see you.
Yeah, for sure. What's good? Alpha's on deck. Sounds like a throwback to the 90s rap and new wave from New York City here. Yeah, what's going on? I love this whole album. I think it's just so great. And his ability to just like take, you know, simple concepts and form it into full, you know, productions, you know, it's just like, it's awesome. There's actually Paul Meany, who's the producer, he broke this one down too, and he said that they basically had like 3 different audio notes of things that they were working on. So like there was one of Tyler at the piano going bum 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 bum, like something like that. He didn't have lyrics. He was just like kind of humming it and doing that. And then he had this sound of like a hawk in his backyard, which is that noise that at the very beginning, like you hear like the hawk noise. And then there was another sound. I can't remember what it was, but it was another thing that's used in this song. And they were just going through all of Tyler's like voice notes, and Paul took those three, and then they kind of constructed this from those three random, like they weren't one cohesive thing. It was just random voice notes, and they constructed this song from that, which is like,
that's sick.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Very creative, bro.
Yeah,
you gotta watch that the mascot.
I know, I got to.
You have to see.
Yeah, 100%. I want to see that. So, all right, let's go.
Not sure when it started, peeling from his bones, piece it back together all alone. Hope it held together long enough for he to pinch the greener grasses and hope that she would agree. Fresh off a binger in the woods, flesh covered in bites. Testing what is real, what is good. Man, it's been a long night. It's a tribute to zombies, of which I've become. Where do I go from here? Where do I go from here? Clinging to promises, fighting on.
Them keys are sick.
So good. Yeah. So good. I love it. All right, we'll get into the second verse now.
There's no way I'm headed there. Always sure-footed, educated, and was never scared. Now we can't hold out his hand without it shaking. Hounded by a bunch of dead when the search body found him. Fresh off a binger in the woods, flesh covered in bites. Testing what is real, what is good. Man, it's been a long night. It's a tribute to zombies, of which I've become. Where do I go from here? Where do I go from here? Clinging to promises, fighting off the vignette. Tunnelscape, visions fade, swallowed by the vignette. No, not me, it's for a friend. 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 Denial.
What is that?
I believe it's a combination of like three different sounds. So it's like a organ type sound. It's like and then two kind of like synthesizer analog type sounds. Like one that's like a little bit more like distorted, grungy, like zzz, and like they added a bunch of filters on it, and a little one that's like a little more straightforward in the mid range, and then like that like organ type sound that's kind of doing. They just replicated it, duplicated over to 3 tracks, and just let it go. So.
Yeah, it sounds like on the piano, the keyboard, that little.
Talking about the pitch bend.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like too.
It's definitely like he played it and did a whole solo, like probably on like one of those analog type tracks, and then they basically meshed 3 different sounds and put it together. This is 21 Pilots, and if you haven't heard of them, get on it because they are just my favorite band of all time. So, but yeah, so that's funny that you asked like what sound that was, because that was another thing he broke down in his video when he was like breaking down the track, was that it's basically an amalgamation of three different sounds that they just like duplicated.
Damn, these boys are smart.
Yeah.
Another thing, that red piece of paper, did he break that down? Like,
yeah, so the red tape that he has, it's just another theme for the album. There's a bunch of lore that goes behind this album and all the albums that they've been really doing up until this point. And it really started in Trench, that first, like an album, not first, 2 albums ago, I guess. It was kind of like a sign of the rebels that are like the Bandito. That's what they called them. It's like a group of people who live outside of Dima that are trying to save the people that are escaping from it and band together, that, you know, whatever, it's a whole thing. And they would put yellow tape on. But in Clancy, in the story, for some reason, he's getting like branded with this red tape. So to me, I feel like it's more like a battle cry, because the whole point of it, he's like going back into Dima to like kind of expose the bishops and all this stuff, all the lore that goes behind it and everything. So to me, it's more like my interpretation of it, I haven't seen anything official, is that it's like almost like a warrior color, you know, like the yellow was like the banditos, and his is like, I'm the one going into, like, I'm looking for blood almost. Like that's kind of how I like interpret it, you know. But again, I don't know exactly what it's for. So, but yeah.
Visions fade, swallowed by a vignette. No, not me, it's for a friend. 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 Denial. No, not me, it's for a friend. 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 Denial.
You see, like, he bring that red piece of paper everywhere.
Yeah.
Wow. That's the
Josh's,
drummer?
yeah, it's Josh's face. Yeah. So yeah, maybe the red is just a color they chose for the video because black and red and yellow are the colors for the album. You know, maybe it's not as deep as everything else, but I just know that the red tape and, you know, the pops are red throughout all the videos. It just like, it harkens back to that thing. So that's just what I would assume. That's what the paper means. Yeah. Isn't that great? I think it's like one of my favorite tracks on the album.
Yeah, definitely one of my. That was my favorite one off the album.
Really, so far? Yeah, that's great.
It gives me their old school vibes.
21 Pilots are underrated. Never seen any videos of them, and this is my first. Oh, well, there's some killer videos out there. We're almost done with Clancy, so the rest of our reactions are on our channel if you haven't seen them yet. But once we finish Clancy, we're gonna go back to like the Vessel, and then go through Vessel, Blurry Face, Trench, Skilled and Icy. We're just gonna keep going through all the albums and kind of do it in sequential order. And maybe by the time we get back to Clancy, we'll revisit these so that you have like a bigger picture of like the story they've been telling all this time. You know,
We could, you know, for that thing we're trying to do.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
could do it at that time,
yeah, we can do that too. So, yeah, that's Vignette. Any final thoughts before we move on?
Well, I like the concept of Vignette. Isn't that like the black scope?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like
a black
it's like
shadow, right?
Yeah, it adds like a shadow on the like the sides of the screen to focus on something in the middle. So, and that was happening throughout the whole video with the light on him and everything around it being dark. You know,
yeah.
so there's probably layers and layers of interpretation that we could throw into that. Just that concept alone of a vignette being like in the light, surrounded by darkness. You know, like, but you know, I feel like that's.
I think as well though, his what I noticed about this song, like his lyrics are very simple, but
Right.
it's the way that he like emotes them, like he expresses them. That's what makes the song. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, almost like he's about to cry every time.
Yeah, you feel me? Like
Yeah.
I think he's special about that. What's up? Talking about shadows.
Shadows. What up, Shadowhunter? But yeah.
How ironic.
Yeah, I know. You're just hanging in the shadows, weren't you? You were waiting for that. You were just like waiting for someone to say it. Shadow. And he's like,
Right.
this is my time.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, you like our XG reactions? We got 2 tonight, so I hope you like them because we got a couple coming. Yeah. So anything else?
no, that's
All right,
good.
let's do it.